A top pediatric cardiologist in Louisiana is taking his family and leaving the Bayou State after lawmakers recently passed legislation targeting the LGBTQ community. Democratic Governor Bel Edwards vetoed 3 bills, but the Republican-controlled legislature overruled him, and they passed one of those measures. It bans gender-affirming care for people under the age of 18. Dr. Kleinmahon is one of the 3 doctors with his qualifications in the entire state of Louisiana. He is now moving with his family to New York for a job he accepted at a different hospital. Dr. Kleinmahon joins us now to share more about his story. He is currently a pediatric cardiologist and medical director of the Pediatric Heart Transplant, Heart Failure, and Ventricular Assist Device programs at Ochsner Hospital in New Orleans for children. Jake, first of all, thank you for your time. I want you to define for us exactly why you left, because there's this umbrella term of anti-LGBTQ, and people kind of don't get it. Define for us specifically what is driving you to leave.
Thanks, David, and thanks, Anne-Marie, for having me. People get confused about exactly why I'm leaving, because they say that, oh, these bills don't affect exactly what I do. But the way that I think of it is, if you're at a place and there are rules that are made directly against your family, but not anybody else's family, why would you want to stay? So, for example, the bill on the Don't Say Gay bill, if that were to pass, which it looks like in the future it will in Louisiana, given the political landscape, then if our kids went to public school and they were being made fun of because they have 2 dads, teachers would not be able to jump in and say, hey, there's all different types of families, and celebrate the differences. So that's one of the worries that we have.
Jake, when I called a hospital executive in New Orleans about this, he said to me, David, I'm sad for them personally, but I'm really sad for kids born with congenital heart disease who are losing one of 3 experts we have in the state of Louisiana. You and I have talked about this off camera, but do you feel any personal guilt here? You are leaving some families who desperately need you.
That's been the hardest part of the decision to leave. We have poured our hearts, our souls, we've planted roots in Louisiana. I have made such significant connections with my patients and my families that I take care of. I have supported them along the way, and I've had to give a lot of thought about this. Fortunately, there are 2 other pediatric heart transplant cardiologists in Louisiana at Ochsner who will still be there. And what I say is that it's hard for me. I certainly think about those families that will not have me there. But Louisiana also has to give something back to us. And those families will be taken care of. And I'll also have the opportunity to take care of new families in a different state that didn't have this opportunity.
Can you talk to me a little bit about the moment when you knew the only option, or you felt the only option, was to uproot your family? Yeah. I know part of it was sort of watching the debate on the floor, but I'm wondering what you were seeing and feeling that you said, listen, we're going to have to make some hard choices.
Yeah, my husband and I watched closely through the last Louisiana legislative session, and the moment was watching the Senate Education Committee debate the bill on the Don't Say Gay bill. And when people against the bill started talking, the Republican legislature just walked out. Yep. They didn't care. Yep. It really showed to us that they're not going to defend our family. They're not going to defend our children. And that to us was the moment that we decided it's time for us to leave and to search for a new future.
And so many of these lawmakers in Louisiana, my home state, have never even met someone who is transgender.
Well, they think they haven't.
And they're making decisions about it. What's interesting, Jake, last question, is how do you respond to the criticism? When I first posted this story a week ago, it went viral and I wasn't expecting it. And there has been a lot of support, but there has been a torrent of absolute hate directed at you. How do you handle that?
Like you said, I've seen all of the criticism out there. And one of it is it affirms the reason why we're leaving. most of those hateful comments come from people within Louisiana or surrounding states. I've seen comments such as, oh, well, he's just using this as an excuse to gain more money. That's absolutely not true. Actually, probably at the end of the day, I'll take home less money than I do in Louisiana. And that's not why I practice medicine. I practice medicine to take care of children who need heart transplants, whose hearts are failing. And whether I do that in Louisiana or somewhere else, that's the most important part.
I hope you're able to go back. I hope you're able to go back one day. Thank you.
So do I. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.